hopefully you should be getting Nightstone pretty quick.
Okay, and everything is still like plains, flat area, right?
Yeah. Yep, so far. And I mean, you can see the forest on the other side of the river, but it's quite a ways off on the horizon, but it's mostly plains that's around you right now as you're heading northeast-ish on the road that's heading to Nightstone.
As I continue to take points in the front of the group, I look longingly at the woods.
All right. All right, so you guys are packed up. Anything else before you continue on, or shall we continue down the road, or up the road, I guess?
Let's continue down the rabbit hole.
Yep, I agree.
All right. So I would say it's about another 2 hours of walk, so you're probably midday-ish. You're probably at about 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, and you start hearing off in the distance a bell ringing, a big, giant type bell, and it's resonating, and it's just ringing, and it's just kind of like that bong, 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 and it just keeps going, but you can tell it seems like it's still quite a ways away. You don't see anything yet, so it's obviously coming from quite a ways up from northeast of you, but you're starting to hear this bell ringing.
Like in the direction we're supposed to be heading?
Yeah, it's clear that you're heading towards it. It's getting a little bit, tiny bit louder as you get closer.
I start taking a jogging pace as we get closer and closer.
Okay.
So going a little faster, a little more immediacy.
Let's move you to the next map, and let's get everybody there. All right, and you guys should... Now, this is a pretty big map. It might take a second to load in. Give it a few seconds here. And then you guys are going to be down at the bottom of it. You'll see, if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see the side view. And then just above that window that shows you the side view, you guys will see your tokens. Is everybody able to see that so far?
I'm just getting a black screen.
Yeah, I've gotten black too.
Is it on Fog of War, or?
It is. You might have to use your bars to scroll down to the part that's not Fog of War. Up at the top of it probably is Fog of War.
For me, it's all black. I don't see anything.
Same here.
Not even tokens.
Not even tokens. Let me see if I can do another reveal. How about now?
I still see black.
Yeah.
Same.
It did not update in the least.
Let me see if it's something to do with the token.
While we're working on that, can someone catch me up? Apologies.
We just
nothing.
Yeah, we just woke up and started towards Nightstone.
Okay.
No events.
Do we know what the marching order is?
We kind of went with what was last time, which was Ian and Aila out in front by about 15 feet. Then
Greybeard and the Teagraiel, in the middle, and then the Drow and another elf in the back. I think. Maybe.
Cool.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
Do you
I
see
see
something now,
things.
Ian?
Yes.
How about anybody else?
I do not.
No.
All right, let me keep checking here.
Now I do.
Oh, look at our little tokens. They're so small.
Well, yeah, the square is 5 feet, so yeah, you'll have to zoom in.
Okay, I got something now.
Plus a side view from the east.
Yeah, you should be able to see the side view, but then right above that should be where your tokens are on the road.
Yep,
So it's
got
kind
it.
of like there's 2 parts to the map.
Is there a way to make the sideboard smaller? Do you guys know?
I think
Oh,
it
there we
can
go. No,
only
I found it.
go- Yeah, it can go a certain amount, but I don't know how far it can go.
I didn't realize that those little 3 lines would take it off the screen.
Alright, so I got one more. Should be
Oh,
Greybeard.
tree.
Probably the only one that can't see. Hold on.
Anybody else think our tokens were trees? Because I thought they were trees until I zoomed in.
Alright. The map.
Nice.
So I'll move you just for a second, but then you guys can do what you want. You're the first one onto the map, Ian, as you're kind of jogging just a little bit. Druid was at the back. Greybeard and our elf was in the middle. Yeah, there you go. So that's how we were walking down the road. After that, you guys can go ahead and decide. So the thing that you see as you come up to this and do that, Greybeard, you in Discord too now? You're able to hear? I'm not hearing him yet. Oh, he's typing over in chat. Okay.
Okay.
I hear you, but not speaking. All right, as long as you can hear. So as you come up to this part, this is what you can actually finally see. So if you zoom out a little bit, I think I have the fog of war set, so you can kind of see the wall of the keep, and you can see the outer walls of the keep, even though it's kind of behind fog, but down the side view, you can kind of see where the keep is. And basically what you're seeing is basically like a mountain valley. So after following the trail for about 10 miles after your break there, you hear the ringing of the bell. The sound grows louder and louder as Nightstone comes into view. You can see a river that flows around the settlement, forming kind of like a moat. And the village itself is contained within a wooden palisade, beyond which you see kind of the top part of a windmill. You see a tall steeple, and you see some high-pitched rooftops of a few other buildings. Apart from the ringing of the bell, you detect no other activity around the village, and the trail ends before a lowered drawbridge that you can see up ahead. So you can actually see that far up, that there's a drawbridge just up in the distance, about as far as you can see, and it looks like it's lowered. And there's 2 stone watchtowers that flank it on either side of the palisade. South of the village, you can see it, also surrounded by the river moat, is the cone-shaped flat top hill on which stands a stone keep. So it sits up on a pretty scraggly, gravelly, obviously meant to make it super hard to climb up type hill. And it's also enclosed by a wooden wall. And the keep overlooks the village, and from where you guys are, you can actually just barely see also that there's a partially collapsed wooden bridge that looks like it must have used to connect the village to the keep. And that's about all you see from this point.
And all we hear is just the ringing of the bells, nothing else?
Yeah, and it just keeps going. It's just like it's incessant, and it's just like bong, bong, bong. Looks like our druid won't make it. He's flying to Florida at the moment, so he's gonna miss tonight. So I'll just play his guy.
All right.
Is it coming from the keep or the village? The ringing.
Well, let's make our first perception check. Great question. Go ahead and roll perception. Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's coming from the tall steeple that happens to be, you can just barely see over the wooden palisades that is inside the village part.
So this
Maybe
has been
it's a
going
call
on.
for help.
Has the ringing been going on like for minutes now? Like it's been like
You've been
10
hearing it for the last 10 miles you were walking.
That's a very loud bell.
It's been going
So-
for a long time, yeah.
So I continue on and I go to that first. Oh, I'm on pan. To this tree. I go up to this tree and see if I can see anything from there. Can I move my little guy?
I think so. You should be able to move it. Are you able to?
Go and pick on it. Let's see. Oh nope, still on pan. Select and move. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, you gotta be on the arrow if you're gonna move your part.
There we go. I want to go to this tree.
So ping it on the map so I can see it. Oh, okay. Okay,
See if
so
I
you're
can
gonna
see
move
it.
up to there, and that's just gonna, each one of those squares is 5 feet, so that's several moves. What are the other people gonna do while they watch Ian? Did you run up there? Did you trot up there? Did you walk up there?
Yeah, I tried to dash up there.
Okay, so you see Ian start to dash forward. What's the rest of the group doing at this point?
I'd probably go around the other side of the road and do the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and move your... So in that same space of time, move to where you would go. Okay. Are you using a flying move or using a walking move for yours?
I'm just running for now.
Okay. And all right, anybody else? While you see the two are dashing forward, what's happening with the rest of our group?
I'll just walk.
Jarl's gonna go up. He's not gonna run, but he's gonna try and keep within eyesight. Is this a tree or a bush?
I'm gonna say that's a bush.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna kind of watch what Ian's doing and just kind of hunker under the tree in the shade.
Okay. Greybeard's typing, so he must be having audio problems, so we'll give him a second here. Okay, so he dashes forward but only gets that far as he's stumping along. All right, so part of our group is kind of moving forward. The other ones are walking up, just kind of letting the scouts do their thing. And we'll open up the map a little bit more so you guys can see as you get to those points. And again, the dash, you guys can move about 60 feet in a dash, so that probably took you, if you were counting, a couple of rounds to get there. During that whole time, you keep hearing the bell, just bong, bong, bong. And it's not, I would say it's more, maybe I did that. It's more like a, there's probably a 2 or 3 second span between it. So bong, bong, bong. So, and you just keep hearing it. It's been the same way the whole time. And now let me open up some more for us. So as you get to that point, that should free up this. For most of you.
And that's the same broken bridge you were describing before?
Yeah, it appears that this bridge, it looks broken at some point somehow, and it's obviously that it was a bridge that used to span up to the keep. And if you look at the side view, you can tell there's a pretty big incline to that bridge. You get a better understanding of what that bridge looks like if you look at the side view down at the bottom of the map.
What's the direction?
Does it look... Oh, sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
What's the direction the water's flowing?
It is flowing back down the way you were coming. So if you were swimming in it, you'd be swimming upstream.
Does the
Okay.
bridge look freshly broken?
Do we see anything floating in the water in the direction?
Nope, you don't see anything floating in the water currently. You can make a perception check. Or actually, you need to make probably an investigation check. And I think you'd need to be closer if you were going to be able to tell anything more than what you can see from where you're at. Is probably just that it's broken. I think you'd have to be right near it if you're going to try to figure out did it happen, recently or a year ago or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so do I still only hear the bell?
Like, there's no fire on the bridge, right?
Correct. You are not seeing any fire anywhere. No smoke.
And no people screaming?
Correct. You are not hearing any screaming.
That is highly suspicious.
I mean, I tend to not hear people screaming on a daily basis. I don't know what life you lived, but
I don't know what town you're
this
in.
is Aila speaking.
Don't they ring bells for marriage?
I wouldn't know.
Ring bells for many things: marriage, war, particularly fond.
Maybe
Yeah.
Joffrey just died.
Jesus Christ.
While you guys are
Hold
examining,
on.
I'm going to move the two walkers up a little further as you guys are kind of hunkering down and examining any of the people in the back that want to continue to move while our two front scouts are looking around. Feel free to move.
I move up ahead and I dash over to... Oh man, I'm still on pan. Scroll down. I go over to that little bush. And if nothing happens, I continue on upwards to about right here. Oh man, fucking pan. Right here. If nothing happens when I go over here. If I don't see any guards or
Okay.
alarmed people.
Let's pause here a second. So as you're dashing to this next bush, what's the rest of the group going to do while Ian is dashing across the road to the bush?
I'm gonna time it to when a gong goes off and yell wait.
Oh, it's too late, I'm gone.
And Jarral just kind of sighs. And he starts running up ahead as well.
I'm gonna time between and move up slightly.
Okay. The walkers walk, so the people that are dashing are still dashing at the same time. The walkers are still just walking.
Yep.
Oh, is Ian behind the bush or are you up here somewhere?
I'm well, we stopped here. If nothing happened while I was here,
Yeah, we haven't quite got
for a
the.
couple
Yeah,
of
you could get to where that bush is, Jarl, and then we'll advance.
Okay.
Again. Nothing happens to you when you get to that bush. But let's just have
Alright.
everybody kind of do their thing before they. Okay, so the dashers have moved further up.
and nothing, no sentries moving along the walls or
That's
Anything like
actually
that?
yeah. So go ahead and the three people that are up ahead. So Aila, Ian, and Jarral. Go ahead and roll perception checks.
All right.
Right at that point.
while I'm doing that, I kind of poke Ian on the shoulder. What are you doing?
I look at you sort of like, are you dumb? And I say very rapidly and very gruffly, I'm making sure there's no danger up ahead.
And I look behind us pointedly. And what about us? We are scattered all over the place, and you are running up alone. We need to make sure we are not in danger too.
And I say, there is safety in numbers. I did not ask you to follow me. I'm scouting up ahead with the, with Aila? Is that your name? Aila?
Aila.
Aila. With Aila. I believe we are the two fastest in our group, so we're the best suited for this. For scouting out ahead.
Well, I caught up with you. Very well. And he will wait until the rest of the party catches up.
Basically, you're slowing us down, is what she's getting at.
All right, so Aila, you're near the stream there, and nothing's really standing out to you. Nothing. I mean, it looks like it's a keep. It looks like wooden walls. You see the water's flowing. You don't see stuff in the water. You're not getting a sense of anything at this point. Ian, one thing that stands out to you with your role is it seems odd to you that a place that would have palisade walls would have the drawbridge just down. Like if they went through the trouble of actually creating a moated village area with palisade walls and then a keep, a Mott and Bailey type keep, it would seem like maybe to you it's a little odd that the drawbridge is down at the moment. And Jarral, you're picking up kind of the same thing with your role, but nothing else is standing out to you. I mean, you're not seeing any other things. You're not hearing anything other than the bell, because the bell is just ringing and ringing and ringing. And Greybeard, you're just getting a bigger and bigger headache from the ringing and the ringing of the bell that's happened for the last hour now as you've been approaching this place.
I'll take care of it when I get in there.
Okay. Okay, so at this point, the walkers have moved probably as far as they're going to move. The people that are dashing forward, are you going to continue to dash, or are you going to wait for the walkers to get to you while you're looking at the side of the buildings here?
I would like to take a wide berth to the tree over here. So I want to move here, and then so I could see if anything walked in. I want to check for a trail around here, or tracks, like freshly made tracks.
That spot is where you're going to check?
Well, like a reasonable track. I want to take like a wide berth so I could see inside and see if anybody came like from this way or from this way. So checking tracks here.
Okay, and you'll have to kind of slow down to do that once you dash up to there, and that'll take you some time. Okay, so we're seeing Ian dash forward from this point. What's the rest of our group doing as you see Ian begin to dash forward?
I'm waiting for everybody else.
Jarral is rolling his eyes at me as I run off.
I'm just walking up.
Okay. So we'll move the walkers at this point up to on the road, I assume, but near Jarral. We'll get that far. The other people, we've got Aila and Greybeard. You're moving forward, you're dashing forward, you're hanging with the group. What are you doing?
Trying to dash with my short legs.
The water. See if the colors see there's an unnatural amount of debris.
Okay, so Are you going to do it from right where you're at? Or are you going to move any further up closer, or are you just going to kind of stay where you're at?
I'm going to move up closer.
So, yeah, go ahead and show me where you're going to move to. So this is all kind of taking place. Okay. And so you guys can kind of see. All right. Yeah. So as our two walkers coming up the road get to Jarral, we see the two scout-like people who have dashed forward. One is kind of inspecting the water, slinking along the shoreline there of that moat, and then Ian has kind of made her way out into the field there, and you can tell she's slowed down now and is beginning to inspect the ground out there, and it's going to take her a little bit of time. So, go ahead and give me an investigation roll for Ian and Aila. And I believe Ian will have, because you're trying to look for tracks, I believe you had advantage. Is that correct?
Yes, I have advantage on... Well, it says I have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track my favorite enemies. So maybe something like that?
Yeah, so go ahead and make a survival check. You're checking for tracks of humanoids, right? That's what you're actually looking for.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Whew.
All right. And as you're checking that, so you begin to slow down and you're checking those things, and the check is going to take you, maybe a minute of looking around.
And before
Aila's investigating the water. That's going to get you're not really seeing anything in the water. The water looks clear. You don't see any debris. You don't see any. It looks like it's a natural flowing water. You might see a fish every now and then, but nothing seems to have disturbed the water, the moat. And you notice that off pretty quick.
Before I look down at the ground, I make sure that no one is here about to attack me as I approach.
Right. Yeah. I'll open it up a tiny bit for you. There is nobody there that's going to attack you that you see.
Okay. Then I make the track check.
Yeah. I'll say that's about as far as you see in there, unless you really go up there. Okay, our walking group is noticing they're investigating. Are we going to stay down here and let them investigate, or does the group move forward? What's the group doing as you see the two people outflanked out to look around?
I note to everybody, maybe we should hurry and get up to the tree, just in case.
I try to snatch the coins I see in front of me on the ground as I dash forward.
I'm just going to move forward with the group.
And yeah, the druid will just follow along silently, following you guys. Okay, so they're doing their searching, and you guys are moving forward. You're going to go up to the tree?
I am. Yeah, I recommend everybody to, but I have no control over anybody.
We'll say the druid follows you. Now the bell ringing is super loud at this point, and it's still going this whole time. Okay, so you guys are moving up there, and Ian, you kind of move along in an arc there, and as you're kind of looking around here, you do think you find some tracks. The problem is it's a lot of grass. It's not like a lot of mud or dirt that would give you a good clear indication. It's definitely booted feet, but you're not distinguishing what it is, and you're not distinguishing numbers, but there's definitely a group that must have come in and was heading what you think towards the drawbridge, but you're not sure what it was. So I'm kind of pinging the area just so you get an idea of what you saw. And then now that
Okay.
people are kind of in that area, I'll open up a little bit more of what you can see.
Do we see anything further north, or is that just part of the map?
Oh, yeah. Let me go up to the north part. Sorry. It's more plains for the most part.
Oh,
Look at that beast out there.
The
How did we miss
dragon.
that?
Yeah, that's just the north, south, east, west thing.